In preparation for our class project, scraping data and processing it, I decided to modify my existing code to utilize two Amazon Cloud tools we used in last week's challenge. The code I modified scrapes the ERCOT, that is the Texas electric grid system. It scrapes the ERCOT website for electricity utilization information. It had been writing that information to my local hard drive. I was planning on setting up a spare box here in the office with CentOS and JBoss 7.1 with Java 7. But inspired by last week's investigation and general laziness, I really don't want to set up the spare box. I decided to do my implementation on the Amazon cloud instead. The first task was to get a running JBoss set up on Amazon. Using the Amazon machine image search, I found a Bitnami image that includes JBoss 7.1.1, which is a slight change from what I'd wanted, Java 6 instead of Java 7, and MySQL. This is fairly close but not perfect. Because of the difference in Java, I had to modify some code and change a few jar files out, but nothing too serious. So I modified the code in the build process to use Java 6, then uploaded my EAR file, that's the binary file for the type of application I've written. After lots of tweaking, I was able to start my code on an EC2 instance running that image. Next, I modified my code to upload the contents of the scraped web pages to Amazon S3 instead of to my local hard drive. This is pretty simple since Amazon provides an Eclipse plugin that includes sample code that shows you exactly how to do this. You just modify it to say, this is the bucket I want, this is the file I want, hard code the encryption in there, and you're fine. After verifying that the scraped web pages showed up in my S3 account, I decided to make my system redundant. That's part of the advantage of going to a cloud-based system instead of a local system is if a box dies, maybe you've got 2 or 3 more running, so it doesn't really matter. This works particularly well with the way I'm doing my files. Even though they run at every 3 minutes, the file name includes the timestamp in milliseconds, which is pretty much guaranteed to be unique when you're talking about just a few things running the same thing. So I use the Amazon Management Console to create an image of my running instance. This only works on Linux, but it's a very useful tool. The image it created is perfect. It's on there. All I have to do is right-click, say Launch Instance, and I have another version of my code running because JBoss starts automatically, and the EAR file that I uploaded is deployed into that JBoss. So as soon as it turns on, it starts recording into S3. And I've got it set up now with CloudWatch so that if one of them were to die, I can go start another one. Alternatively, if I just want more data, I can start more instances as well.